Hello everyone, welcome to Alphawisdom. I'm Mystic Cassandria. We're going into depression today, looking at examples. What causes it? Is there something that can be done? How can you tell? Well, you can tell by looking at your hand. Just before we get started, I want to remind you to give a thumbs up. If you're watching the channel, you like it, by all means to do that. That is very important to the security of this channel. All right, thank you. Now, on your check sheet here is telling you decision, stress. Why do we have stress there? Well, an abundance of stress and long-term stress will cause depression, among other things. And what is depression? What can we say about it? It's an inability to cope. You're so closed in mentally, and I say mentally because the signs of oppression, that's some depression, is focused, or you can see where the sign is, what might be causing, what's wrong with that. It is the headline, which is our mental capacity, shows how we're doing, how we think. All right, so it becomes a health problem when it's like that. So I'm going to cover as much as I can here. We will continue on the next time too. Okay, let's see what the check sheet says. The causes: work or family demands, ongoing anxiety about the past, the present, and the future. Islands, you're familiar with that already. Bars, weak or thin or broken major lines. But the bulk of the issues, with even stress too, are mental health. And you have to look at the headline. So we're going to look at the ones we haven't really talked about, but the focus here is the headline today. All right? So let's look at the example we have here. Here is a headline. It's marked for you. It's marked in red. And we have something that says bars. And it's a weak lifeline. So that's what we're looking at. And above, it points to the age when this seems to start and when it seems to cool off a little bit. Because the problem that's indicated by these marks here, or these signs here, seems to dissipate or disappear. Remember, as the situation or the issue is beginning to be resolved or resolved, then you don't see the signs that indicate you have something there. All right? So let's take a look closely at this. Here you have the headline, and you have these little red lines. These are bars. They cut through the headline, and it continues on and on until it ends. And it seems to start around age 13. And it's ending around age 26. So when we have these bars, that's just an indication of what is going on with the person. Bars. These are lines that are cutting through. They're not long, but just long enough to cut through the headline. All right, so that's what that's all about. I just wanted to point out here, there's a problem going on in this lifeline. Stress, or could be sickness, other issues with the headline. I'm sorry, with the lifeline. Okay? And that ends around age 26. Yes, you can time these issues from the headline. You always can. All right, let's move on to the next one. Here we have a headline. And what's going on with this? It's humping up and then it drops. And then you've got another line here, and it's telling you that's a horizontal, meaning it's going straight across, and it's coming from the headline. So we can tell right there immediately that this has something to do with the headline, because we normally don't see a headline like that, but that is a headline. This is a headline that's humping up. And then you notice this bar, just a horizontal line. All right, so what's going on here? The person that has this, based on when we look back here, it's a problem here. Bars here, stress, disruption in the energy. And it gets so much, the person is going into a state of depression. But something is helping it because it sort of goes up, which is something unusual, and then it drops. What is causing it to go up? It's that depression. The person is out of touch with reality. This is a strong sign of depression. And when it dives downwards under the finger, it can show that we are immersed in a fantasy world or possess a deeply introverted or fatalistic attitude. In other words, the person is out of touch with reality. And this sort of stabilizes it when we see this line. This cuts off that strong feeling. And what could cause that? That's long term. And it started at a very young age. And it continues. They're still in the 20s here when this starts. And it goes on and on and on. So that's another problem. That's a serious problem. But no matter how serious it is, it can be corrected. Okay? So we'll stop here. We'll continue on our next video. If you forgot, it's important. Give a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Well, in any event, thank you for watching and welcome to the new subscribers. You're always so welcome. Take care. Love yourself. Love and light. Bye.